assembly management. Now, NAV, the last version of NAV 2009 had kitting in it. Now, if we just talk about, because people are on 2009 and some aren't, kitting is basically putting together components to create a finished good. Technically, it's different than manufacturing. Let's talk about the system differences. The system difference is that when you do assembly, you don't have to go through all the manufacturing steps. NAV has a very powerful manufacturing module, and what kitting enables you to do is to assemble those parts without, because NAV's manufacturing takes a little bit of setup, and there's a couple different steps to it. So you can eliminate all those steps from manufacturing if you want to assemble products and put them together quickly. In addition, what assembly is also used for, you can use it with manufacturing as well. If you have things out in the warehouse that you take a sales order for and assemble in the warehouse, as opposed to making them in the back room and bringing them to a finished good out in the warehouse, that's where you may use assembly. So it's assembling things in the warehouse after the order is already taken. A lot of these are kits, so if people put together kits in the warehouse. We did get a question, can we get a copy of the presentation? What we will do for this is we will be sending, we are recording this, and so we will be sending the recorded version of the webinar out to everybody. What our plan is to send out the whole presentation to everybody. In addition to, we're going to break it up into different parts so that you can just view or send something along that may be specific to somebody else. So thank you for your question. So we go back to assembly management. And what assembly management also allows us to do is create an assembly management order. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to create a new assembly management order. It's going to auto number just as it always does. And I'm going to click on an item number. And this has a bill of materials, a four-component bill of materials. It also has a 2-week, in this case we set a 2-week time to assemble. Now I'm going to click a due date, and the starting date and the ending date are going to automatically update to show how long the assembly takes. I know in this case 2 weeks may be a long time. I'm also going to type in 10, and it's going to break out the bill of materials on the bottom. So if you can see, the first component is actually 2 for 1, and then 10, 10, 10. And it shows, and what I can do is I can print this, and it can become a work order, etc. So I'm going to assembly order, etc. So I'm going to click 400 in there. It says I'm able to assemble 250 of these right now. The earliest available date that I can assemble all of them is 3/16 of 2014. So it looks at incoming demand and supply. It tells me when the next time I'm going to be able to make them. And it shows me by component when the earliest date that I'm going to be able to get those components in. So again, this is a great way if you're assembling things. You can tie it into the rest of your inventory. You can see when things can be created, etc. And then with the assembly order, again, you can send that down to the warehouse. If you're looking to do it as a light manufacturing, you could actually use it as a manufacturing type work order, etc. So there's a lot of freedom and flexibility you get with assembly management with its new features and functions.